So first of all, welcome to Armadale Academy. Really happy to have you here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thanks for the warm welcome. My name's Natalie Barker-Harrison. I'm delighted to be the new head teacher here at Armadale. I've worked in schools for 17 years now, and it's a real honour and privilege to be the next head teacher.
So what attracted you to being head teacher at Armadale?
So I was in my last school for 10 years and I really loved it. I'd been a principal teacher there and then a deputy head, and I was ready for the next step, but I wanted to make sure that I was going to be head teacher of a school with a heart, a community that I could really get involved in. I came to visit Armadale when the job was first advertised. I'd heard lots of really positive things about the school, student voice and so on, and as soon as I visited I had a really good feeling. I felt that it was a school that I really liked the young people, the staff seemed really friendly, and I felt there was a huge amount of potential to work on the really good work that already is happening here, but to make it even better.
So you mentioned during our assembly that you used to be an art teacher, so what kind of art do you like to create and what kind of media do you use to create it?
That's a really good question. So I originally studied interior design, but I love all types of art, from drawing and painting, but really in my spare time I continue to do it. I like to do illustrations, usually using watercolours and inks, and I also work a lot in textiles, so felt and other fabrics and so on. Sort of more designy little things, but it keeps my hand and keeps me creative, and I think that's really important to keep doing what you love.
So what do you most look forward to Armadale Academy?
So already I feel like I've been really welcomed by the whole school, and I was really excited about meeting all of the young people and the staff here. I'm really looking forward to getting to know more people, parents, carers, working with the wider community, working with the cluster primary schools as well, meeting the primary sevens before they come up, because obviously they'll be the first years that I'll take all the way through their school time. So I suppose it's really about being part of the community. I already feel I've been welcomed into it, but I want to become that established part, and to identify with the rest of the school what are our improvement priorities so we can move forward and make Armadale the best school it can possibly be. In fact, I want it to be one of the best schools in Scotland.
So it's clear to see that you're a very ambitious person for yourself and for the school, so who is your role model?
Over the years I've been inspired by lots of people. I've been fortunate to have had lots of teachers myself who helped me, family members and people I've worked with. I suppose in terms of a famous person, as a female leader, I've looked to influential women, and Michelle Obama is somebody I've always found very inspiring. She's a strong, powerful woman, but she's also caring and kind, and that to me is really important.
Something that the younger kids in school were keen to know was, what would be your ideal lunch from the snacky?
What a fantastic question. Lunch is always very important. It's important that we keep ourselves fueled. I'm vegan, and I have to say since I've come here I've been very impressed with the food that's on offer. The soup is delicious. Every day there's a vegetarian soup. I happened to visit the school just before Christmas on the day of the Christmas lunch, and I was very well looked after, but I try and be as healthy as I can most of the time, so the soup is probably my top choice with fruit, but I have heard that tomorrow there's hot rolls, so I'll be having a little treat as well. It's all about balance.
Well, obviously being a head teacher is a very demanding job, so what do you do in your downtime at home?
Yeah, being a head teacher takes up quite a bit of my time already, and I've only been here for a few days. In my spare time I like to look after myself, so obviously I do my art, we've already discussed that, and that really helps me look after my mental health. I also care about my physical health, so I like to go to the gym and I go to boot camp, which keeps me busy. I've got family which I spend a lot of time with, and I also like to be part of the community that I live in. So one of the things I do is I volunteer for Kinghorn RNLI. I used to be on the crew. I actually drove the tractor, which was quite scary sometimes, driving into the sea, but in the last few years I have been one of the fundraisers, so raising money to make sure that that continues.
That's lovely to hear, and you talk about keeping fit, and something we do at this school is Strictly Dale Dancing, where we hold a Strictly competition that we've just made it to the front page of the news. So is that something you'd look forward to taking part in 2023?
Well, I did see the article in the Courier. It was great. I did ballet dancing when I was younger. I've never done any ballroom dancing, but I'll give anything a shot, so why not?
I think we look forward to seeing that. Thank you very much for talking to us, and I'd like to see what the future holds for you in Armadale Academy.
Thank you very much for the interview.